The Royal Rumble is awesome. It's just 30 wrestlers trying to kick the crap out of each other and then trying to throw the other one over the top rope. That even sounds great, so no wonder it's just a riot when we actually get to see it. One of the best aspects though is the always exciting prospect of an unexpected return. When that buzzer hits and everybody's eyes turn towards the entranceway, there's nothing better in life than a surprising warrior making their way back to the squared circle. And I tell ya, it's better than sex, kinda. I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and this is the 10 best WWE Royal Rumble returns ever. Number 10, Jim Duggan. Jim Duggan almost blew up the Scott Trade Center when he returned at the 2012 Royal Rumble at number 19. The very first winner of the match back in 1988, the crowd went crazy when his trademark "ho" hit and he waddled to the ring with his trusty 2x4. It must have been noticed by those in the back because Hacksaw went on to have a few appearances on SmackDown, where he teamed with Santino Marella, and then of course, he got to be on Legends House, which is actually a very entertaining show. Weird, but entertaining. Number 9, Roddy Piper. Is it too shocking to learn that 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden popped huge for Roddy Piper when he returned to a WWE ring at the 2008 Royal Rumble? Not really. Although he looked like a sack of potatoes, this was a Hall of Famer coming back for one more go-around. It was hard not to get caught up in it. Deciding that this wasn't enough to tug on the old nostalgia gland, Piper then went at it with Jimmy Snuka for a while before Kane tossed them both out. Piper may have only have lasted just over a minute, but what a minute it was. Number 8, The Big Show. Despite a lot of hype around his debut in 1999, it didn't really go to plan for The Big Show. Well, unless the plan for Paul White was for everyone to get mad at him, remove him from TV, and then send him down to developmental. But I don't know, man. That sounds like a pretty shitty plan. Once WWE officials were happy he had sorted himself out though, he returned at the 2001 Royal Rumble, entering at 23. He went crazy with the old choke slams that got rid of Test and K quick before The Rock punched him in the balls and clotheslined him out the match. This annoyed Show, obviously, who then dragged Rocky under the bottom rope and chokeslammed him through the announce table. So chokeslams for everyone! What a night it was. Number 7, Goldust. Goldust loves returning at Royal Rumbles, and seemingly, the crowd loves him coming back at the event too. His first go-around was in 2002 when he was the second entrant starting the match against Rikishi. This was especially significant as Dustin Runnels had spent the last 2 years in WCW before the buyout, and he had a good run here, lasting 16 minutes before The Undertaker chokeslammed him over the rope. Fast forward to 2006 and Goldust once again made a surprise return at the Rumble, entering at 29, and he did it again at 2013 with the added twist that he battled and teamed with real-life brother Cody Rhodes during it. Cody would eventually eliminate him, but it all made for a very nice trifecta of comebacks. Number 6, Diesel. WWE may have ruined the idea of the Royal Rumble in 2011 by letting it have 40 competitors, but given that Kevin Nash, aka Diesel, walked down the ramp at number 32, it's all okay. His first appearance as Big Daddy Cool in over 15 years, he did his thing, and then got thrown out by Wade Barrett. Following on from this, he was signed to a Legends contract and got involved in that well-remembered storyline with CM Punk when he cost the Straight Edge one his WWE title so Alberto Del Rio could cash in his briefcase. Nash himself would make a sort of return during the 2014 Rumble where he entered at 19. He threw out Jack Swagger, but of course eventually fell victim to Roman Reigns. Number 5, Rob Van Dam. RVD is just one of those guys who's always over. People loved him in ECW, they loved him during the Attitude Era, they loved him when he would make a comeback. Dude was just loved. Once his WWE run had come to an end though, he went on to pastures new, jumping around the indie scene for a while and having a run with TNA. In 2009, however, he made his big comeback at the Royal Rumble. The 25th entrant in the match, he lasted 13 minutes before Chris Jericho ended his fun. Didn't matter though, the reaction he got when his music hit was enough to keep him in the minds of everyone. And you wanna know why? Because everybody loves him. Number 4, Triple H. Although he made his official return a few weeks before the 2002 Royal Rumble, that was his first match back, and Triple H's whole comeback after tearing his quad was just awesome. After a ridiculous ovation on Raw, he picked number 22 for the pay-per-view itself, finding himself alone in the ring with one Stone Cold Steve Austin, his partner in crime when the injury happened. The two kicked the teeth out of each other and, of course, eventually Triple H went on to win the Rumble and beat Chris Jericho for the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 18. All this also meant he missed the Invasion debacle, so it all worked out pretty well for the game if you ask me. Number 3, Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig will forever be considered one of the best ever. Why? Because he's one of the best ever. It's that simple. When he entered the 2002 Royal Rumble at number 25 though, it was beyond wonderful. Having spent the previous 5 years with WCW, and obviously making his name before that in the WWE, it was just magic to see him back where so many of us thought he belonged. Getting down to the final 3 before being eliminated by Triple H, his reaction was so strong Vince McMahon offered him a full-time deal. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It sucks he was gone from the company in May after the infamous plane ride of hell. There can just never be too much of Mr. Perfect. Number 2, Edge. A comeback after an injury always has a bit more weight to it, mostly because you never know said injured wrestler is even planned for the event. It's like a 2-in-1 boost. This was Edge all over in 2010 when he returned after being out for 6 months. Coming in at number 29, he had his hand raised at the end after throwing out John Cena, which really does wrap off a comeback very nicely. Heading to WrestleMania 26 to face Chris Jericho for the World Heavyweight Championship, he lost. And then it was back to business. Number 1, John Cena. When John Cena popped up as number 30 in the 2008 Royal Rumble, it was almost unreal. The man who can't be seen was meant to miss 7 months of action after relinquishing his WWE Championship late in 2007, and yet here he was in Madison Square Garden with the fans going absolutely nuts. The whole moment was legitimately epic, made all the more special by everyone in the ring stopping and facing the aisleway to see what the hell was going on. Just to cap it all off, Cena won the damn thing. It would be hard to argue this wasn't the best moment of his entire career. Go and watch it on YouTube or the network now. You'll get chills. Know of any other awesome comebacks at the Royal Rumble? Let us know in the comments below, and then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Then you can come follow me on Twitter at SimonMiller316. I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and all I'll say is this. Who is gonna be number 27 in the Royal Rumble? I mean, I'm pretending it's me. It's not me.